Hello everybody, welcome to the Caveman Channel. I am your host, the Caveman. But today, we are going to be doing a story time. But when I do these stories, it feels like I'm telling a story to some of these dippers out there. It's like I got like a little campfire around this area, telling a story like to a bunch of people going like, okay y'all, the Caveman is going to tell a story about something, okay? We're so excited. What's it going to be about? I want to know what it's about. I'm so excited. But anyway, let's get into it, okay? The story is why was I dipping brace? Why was I dipping pouches with braces, okay? Now, the thing behind that was I was dipping brace. The only reason I was dipping pouches with braces was because I couldn't dip long cut, and long cut, you know how long cut gets stuck in the brackets and stuff, and I couldn't do that, which was pretty stupid, but I couldn't do that. But y'all can call me a pussy if you want to, because pouches are for pussies. Y'all can call me a pussy if you want to. I don't care. But anyway, I was dipping pouches because I figured that'd be the easiest thing I can dip on while I had braces. Now the only pouches I could get my hands on at the time when I was dipping pouches was I could get my hands on the Copenhagen men pouches like this, like you see right here. You barely can see it because of the lighting. Copenhagen men pouches, I could get my hands on that, and Copenhagen wintergreen pouches, and Skull classic wintergreen pouches, and Skull classic mint pouches, and Skull extra mint pouches, and Timberwolf pouches, and all pouches I can name of that I could get my hands on. Because at the time I couldn't dip a whole lot of brace. I couldn't dip with braces and stuff, and I couldn't do that a whole lot. But let me go ahead and check something real quick, okay? But the only reason the only reason I couldn't get my hands on long cut was because long cut I was afraid I was gonna get sick and gag, and I'm gonna admit it, I did gag a few times with long cut back in my day when I had braces. Which was true. And yeah, but the only long cut dip I did start with when I had braces at the time was Grizzly Wintergreen long cut. That was the only time I could get my hands on any long cut dip because I couldn't dip any long cut when I had braces, and you all know braces suck when you get them. Especially when you have a YouTube channel and you have to do YouTube channel when you have braces and you have to do long cut all the time, but you have to go with braces. You're like shit. I wish I could do long cut with these braces off and all this other shit. But anyway, I couldn't at the time. But let me go ahead and move my chair around, okay? The only reason I couldn't get my hands on the long cut and stuff was because number one, I couldn't do long cut with braces because it was a big deal, and it was a big hard thing for me to do because at the time I wanted to do a dipping video, and I wanted to do a channel that would have me talking about dips and different stuff like all these YouTubers like Outlaw and Chris Dips One and Mudjug One and all these other YouTubers out there that are dippers, and at the time I was trying my best to get my name mentioned out there, like to the community of dipping, but it was kind of hard at the time for me to do that, and it still is hard. But I am going good with it. I just gotta go slowly at a time with it as I'm going along with it. But the whole thing with me doing the pouches was because there was a few pouches I could get my hands on that was pretty cheap, at the time. Like I would go to a gas station in Virginia. Like I would go get a can of Copenhagen mint pouches. I don't know if y'all can see it because of the lighting, but let me get the lighting a little bit so I can kind of see it a little bit. But yeah, there y'all barely can see it a little bit because of the lighting. But yeah, this was the only dip I could get my hands on. That was pretty cheap. It still is a pretty cheap dip to get in the pouches. Pretty cheap dip, in my opinion, very cheap. So yeah, let me go ahead and move my camera and put it right here in the middle, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna let that. Yeah, but there we go. It's kind of working a little bit. The lighting's kind of working, but it'll do. But yeah, I dip with the braces was kind of hard for me to do because I had to get a lot of the like pouches and stuff at the beginning, because the beginning and this is a true story, okay? I didn't, and this is a true story and stuff, was I didn't start dipping until I was like probably 18, and spoiler alert, and that I was 18 when I started dipping. I was going to start at the age of 17, but I was like, no, I'm not going to start at 17, okay? So I started at the age of 18 to dip, because at the time everybody was dipping. When I was in high school, everybody was. The football team was doing it, the wrestling team was doing it, and then that's when I started dipping at the age of 18, because I was like, when you turn 18, you can buy your own dip, and you can buy like your own dip with your money. You can figure out what dip you want, or hell, you can go into the store and ask the clerk and say something like this. Hey, can I get a can of Skull or Copenhagen over there, please? And after you go up there and ask the store clerk what you want, they'll wing it up. Most places will ask for your ID, but some of them will ask for your birth date. But I wish I would go back and just say, hey, we need a birth date, or instead of saying, hey, we need ID, because I don't like showing my ID to people, because I don't want people to steal my identity and stuff, because I'm very, very secured about my identity and my ID and everything like that, because I don't want to give people my address and show them and say, hey, I live in this town or so, because if I do, I'm afraid they're going to come and do this and do that, and I don't want to do all that shit. So I was like, hell, I'll probably just stick with just telling them my date of birth, and that's what I did when I was 18, when I started dipping with braces, okay? When I was doing pouches, okay? And I've been doing that for a pretty good long time, and ever since I started dipping with pouches, it was not that bad. I really liked dipping with pouches. It was not that bad. I had no problem with it. Dipping with pouches were okay, but so the problem is with the pouches, there was one complaint I had with pouches, and let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, okay? This is just a can of Copenhagen mint pouches, okay? Now let me go ahead and take one of them out, okay? This was the problem I had with the pouches, okay? You see how this one's all fobbly and stuff? I didn't like that because it was pretty stupid. But if you look closer right here, at this part right here, where my finger's at, this can actually whip off, or any part like right here, and like right here, that can whip off easily too, because I noticed some pouches do that too. Pouches, I've been doing that lately. But yeah, I was kind of upset about that pouches were doing that, and that kind of made me kind of go like, you know what, I may end up quitting dipping pouches and wait until I get my braces removed. But I was like, you know what, hell with it, I'm still going to keep dipping pouches, because I was like, hell, that's one more stick with doing until I get used to the long cut when I get done with my braces. And that's what I did. One time when I did Copenhagen wintergreen long cut, I did that the first time with braces over 5 years, and it went pretty good. I didn't gag or anything. I took like a small pinch like that because I didn't want to take a bigger pinch and get sick. But yeah, I was dipping on a lot of the pouches because I could afford the pouches, but they were pretty cheap, but they were a little bit expensive. But the cheapest pouches I could get my hands on was mostly the Timberwolf series, like this Timberwolf and this Timberwolf. These were pretty cheap. These were only like, if you can look closer, they only say $1.29, which was not that pretty cheap a dip, because I mean I like cheaper dips and stuff. So cheaper dips is what you pay for. It's what you buy, which is not that bad of a price of dip. Which, hell, I like that kind of deal. Which I did like that. It was a very good cheap thing that I was doing with pouches. And when I had my braces removed, it felt good. It did, okay? And I was sticking to doing pouches for like probably a few years or so. And then I was going to go and buy me a tub of Stoker's mint, and that's what I've done in the past. As you see in my video, I did a review of Stoker's mint. I showed you all the tub of it, and I did a review on it, and it was actually a pretty good review. And it's still going pretty good, but it's still slowly working its pace. But uploading videos, it's not gonna be that bad. It's just gonna take a little while for me to upload. I just got to figure out what day and what time I'm gonna be doing uploads and stuff. But yeah, it's been going pretty good with that, y'all, and some of y'all may not know that. But I will be doing a video coming up soon. I don't know when that will be, but I think it will be, it's not going to be New Year's Eve. It's going to be like probably closer to New Year's Eve, like closer to it. Once I get to the new year, I'll probably end up doing I'll probably do full pouches or two. I don't know. I think I'm going to do full pouches I'm going to do probably one of Timberwolf wintergreen pouches and one can of Timberwolf. I'm going to do one can of Timberwolf and one can of wintergreen. I have never done this experiment before with these dips before. I have never done an experiment with these two before. But I have done an experiment with the Copenhagen, no, not Copenhagen, but I did an experiment with Skull Classic Mint and Skull Classic Wintergreen. I did a mixture of that in the past, but that video was never made because at the time I lost my taste buds with the Skull, and you know how your taste buds changes with you when you dip different dips after you do them for so long. Like me, I did Skull Extra Mint pouches for so long. I did that for a long time, and I kind of got tired of that, and then I switched to Copenhagen mint pouches, and I fell in love with Copenhagen mint pouches, and I still like Copenhagen mint pouches or Copenhagen long cut, whatever I can get my hands on. But yeah, I did like dipping in that stuff for a pretty good long time. It still is one of my favorite dips out there. But yeah, I will be doing a list either either probably tomorrow or next week or so. I don't know when it will be. When I get the opportunity to, I will be doing a list of like the top 5 worst dips ever, from my opinion. But I want to know from y'all's opinion. Leave a comment down below on which 5 of those worst dips you want on the list. Well, what if you got one worst dip on the list in the comment? Let me know, and I will put it in the video, and I'll give it a shout out. I'll give the shout out dip name on the worst dips ever. I will be doing that. But yeah, I will be doing that coming soon. But I will probably do another remake of like top 5 most. I don't know what it's gonna be called, but I think it's gonna be called the top 5 or whatever it's gonna be called, the best dips ever to dip. But give me this. Leave a comment down below on which dips you want in the top greatest or top worst. Let me know. I will be doing that coming up soon in the video. So yeah, that will be coming up soon, but I don't know when. Once I figure out like some of the worst dips ever. I can name like a few worst dips in my head, but I'm not gonna name them right now, because by naming them right now, spoiler, there's gonna be some dippers out there that's gonna be hating on me, saying, "Oh man, that's a great dip. Oh, I like that dip. I dip that dip every day. So that's my daily dip," or whatever. But you know what? I'm sorry if I hurt y'all's feelings if I do mention y'all's worst dip out there, because this is my opinion and from y'all's opinion too. But we all have a different opinion on stuff, but hell, we all do. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video. And that was kind of like my story and kind of other stuff going on. That's my story of that was my story of me dipping braces and when I started dipping and all this other stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video with y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. I'll see y'all caveman dippers next time. Leave a comment down below on which worst dip you want to see in the which worst dip name you want to see in the video. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below if you want to see the worst dip name. If you want to see the worst dip out there in the next video, let me know. If you want to see the greatest dip in the video, let me know. Leave a comment down below from y'all's opinion, and I'll see y'all dippers. I'm starting to lose my voice. I'll see all your dippers and dip caveman next time. So y'all have a good day. See y'all next time.